Imagine you are given a choice. One path promises success without hard work, the other path is difficult, uncertain, and filled with challenges. Which path would you choose? A poor village boy named Aiden faced exactly this choice. He would cheat and possibly become successful overnight, or he could remain honest and risk losing everything he worked hard so far. In a small, peaceful village, there lived a young boy named Aiden. Aiden came from a very poor family. Their house was small and old, and his mother worked hard every day just to make sure there was enough food for the family. They didn't have much money, but Aiden had something that money could never buy. He had a dream. Aiden dreamed of getting a good education, finding a better life, and one day helping his family escape poverty. He knew that education was his greatest opportunity. So every night, while the village became quiet and everyone else went to sleep, Aiden sat at a small wooden table and studied under the dim light of an old lamp. Sometimes he was tired, sometimes the lessons were difficult, but he never gave up. One evening, Aiden's mother watched him study late into the night. She reminded him that he should get some rest, but Aiden told her that he wanted to study a little longer because he wanted to do well in his exams. His mother looked at him proudly, then she gave him one simple piece of advice. No matter what happens in life, always remain honest. Aiden smiled and promised her that he would. Little did he know that those words would soon be put to the greatest test. A few days later, the important examination was approaching. At school, Aiden noticed something strange. A group of his classmates had gathered together. They were whispering, laughing, and looking around carefully. One of the boys secretly pulled out a small, crumpled piece of paper. It contained the answer to the upcoming examination. The students invited Aiden to join them. They told him that everyone was doing it. Why work so hard? They asked, when the answers were already available. Aiden stared at the piece of paper. For a moment, he didn't know what to do. The temptation was strong. He thought about his family's poverty. He thought about his mother's sacrifices. And he thought about his dream. What if he failed? What if all his hard work wasn't enough? The easy choice was right in front of him. All Aiden had to do was take the answers. But then he remembered his mother's words, always be honest. Suddenly, Aiden realized something. If he succeeded by cheating, his marks might be high, but he would never truly feel proud of them. So Aiden slowly shook his head. He refused to cheat. He knew that he would rather fail honestly than succeed through dishonesty. With his decision made, Aiden walked away from the group. For the first time, he felt afraid, but deep inside, he also felt proud. He had chosen what he believed was right. Even if the road ahead was difficult, at least he would walk it with his head held high. Finally, exam day arrived. The classroom was filled with nervous students. Aiden looked at his question paper. Some questions were easy, others were difficult. For a moment, fear entered his heart. He didn't know every answer, but instead of looking for a shortcut, Aiden closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He remembered all the nights he had spent studying. Then he picked up his pencil and began to write. Aiden didn't know whether he would get the highest marks. He didn't know whether he would succeed, but he knew one thing. He was given the exam honestly, and that gave him peace. He trusted the efforts he had made, and he gave the exam everything he had. 1 week later, the examination results were announced. Students rushed towards the school notice board. Some were celebrating, others were disappointed. Aiden stood quietly at the back of the crowd. His heart was beating faster and faster. Slowly, he stepped forward. His eyes moved down the list of names. And then Aiden stopped. He couldn't believe his eyes. There it was. His name was at the very top. The poor boy who had refused to cheat had achieved the highest marks in his class. His eyes filled with tears of happiness. He had done it, not through shortcuts, not through cheating, but through hard work and belief in himself. His teacher congratulated him, but the teacher told Aiden that his marks were not only the only reason to be proud of. What made him truly proud was that Aiden had chosen honesty when cheating would have been so easy. Aiden realized that his greatest achievement was not simply being at the top of the result list, it was knowing that he had earned his place honestly. That evening, Aiden ran home with his results. When his mother saw his marks, her eyes filled with tears. She hugged her son tightly. Aiden was happy, but he knew that his success was also his mother's success. Her sacrifices, his hard work, and his decision to remain honest had opened the door to a brighter future. Aiden's excellent performance earned him a scholarship. His family's problems did not disappear overnight, but a new door had opened, a door created by honesty, courage, perseverance, and hard work. And Aiden's story reminds us of one powerful truth. Shortcuts may take you faster, but integrity takes you farther. So, whenever life gives you a choice between the easy path and the right path, be brave enough to choose the right one. In a world increasingly tempted by easy victories, Aiden's story reminds us that true success is built on a foundation of honesty and hard work. Stand firm, choose integrity, and ultimately you will rise above the rest. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and meaningful stories. Until next time, remember, choose honesty, believe in yourself, and never be afraid to do right thing.